walks forward, and so the Sir Ernest Lee-Steere Classic field is set. They're ready, racing. First of them away, Catch Carter from the inside. Spice is right, her jump well. London's Image is going to pour the pressure on, and Wind in the Line is going to slip right in behind those with Cashel Palace. A length and a half, Sir Dream a Lot, being followed closely by Six Shooter, improving around the outside of Heavy Metal. Getting back into the field soon after the start is Earth Storm, with a couple behind it as they go down by the 950 metre mark. And back there towards the tail, Maya Aloha dropped out very sharply. Back with it as well as Hell of a Goddess. London's Image has gone on with it and taken up the role of pacemaker at the 700. London's Image led by 2. Spice is right, down on the inside, running third. Catch Carter, a length and a half. Wind in the Storm up fourth. Then Sir Dream a Lot around them. Six Shooter in behind them, travelling okay. Cashel Palace, but with no room at the moment. Hell of a Goddess hugs the rail. Earth Storm, Heavy Metal back there, and Maya Aloha is last with 400 left to go. London's Image comes into the home straight, and with a kick as well. London's Image races away by 4 or 5 to Catch Carter. Six Shooter, Wind in the Line now gets into the clear and starts the chase. London's Image stoked up in front by Stevie Parnham. 100 left to go. Wind in the Line. Here's Cashel Palace. Cashel Palace is gunning them down. Going 2 to its 1. Cashel Palace. Cashel Palace finished brilliantly to win it from either Wind in the Line, London's Image, and down the outside Earth Storm. Right behind those then, Hell of a Goddess, Six Shooter, Catch Carter. Maya Aloha was next home with Sir Dream a Lot in that group. Then Heavy Metal further back, and towards the tail end, Spice is right. Cashel Palace, gee, it was travelling in running. Lucy Fiore picks up a double here this afternoon. Lucy at her best here, timing her run beautifully. London's Image booting away around the corner with Wind in the Line in pursuit. But Cashel Palace, once getting around heels and getting into open air, started a really lengthened stride, and in the last 75 was going 3 to their 1, and has picked up the Sir Ernest Lee-Steere Classic this afternoon for trainer Danny Morton. Dan, of course, won this race with Kiss on All Four Cheeks back in 2021, and he's also won it with Lusaha going back in 2017. So he picks up his 3rd victory in the race and wins by a length in 1:22.91. Second placing, 3 London's Image, brave as there can be. She has given it her all again. Wind in the Line, 3rd. Earth Storm flooding home and finishing into 4th spot. 10, 3, 1 and 7. Love to see a replay there. There must have been an incident there. There was a massive roar from the crowd just after they got going by the 1,000 metres, so I might not have been looking at that particular incident if there was one in actual fact, but you could really hear the crowd groan, and I'd love to have a look at the vision there. I could see Maya Aloha get pushed right back. Maybe that was the incident that they might have been reacting to. But this is a great result today for Shane Stafford, the owner of Cashel Palace, Queensland based in the beef game, and by Street Boss out of Burgoyne. Lucy Fiore, second leg of a double, beats London's Image. How good she has been. Burgess Queen Stakes winner, 2nd in a Placid Arc, 5th in a Guineas, and now 2nd in a Lee-Steere Classic, with Ryan Hill preparing. Steve Parnham in the saddle. Wind in the Line, 3rd by Written By from Mandalong, Sierra, Sean and Jake Casey. Chris Parnham there aboard. Okay, next event, the Ascend Trophies Jungle Dawn Classic at listed level for the fillies and mares over 1,400 metres, and no changes to come. Let's go to Lockie Taylor, and this is a big step up today for Cashel Palace, who's just been coming into her own. Ran 4th in the Champion Fillies, came back to 1,400 today. That's a great effort, but she got a bit of weight relief, and she was certainly suited by a hot pace. The fillies have run 1:22.91, Lockie, as we take it down there with you and Dan Morton. Dan celebrating his 3rd win in this race.
Thanks, Darren. Yes, Dan Morton, he's had a stranglehold on this race over many, many years, and Cashel Palace adds yet another win for his stable. Dan, you've always had plenty of time for this filly. Was it an afterthought, this race, or was it always on the horizons after that performance in the Champion Fillies?
No, definitely, if we didn't, going to start into the better races, bigger races, this was always on the radar. So, yeah, her run in the Champion Fillies was great, we thought, and the form out of that was great into the Guineas. So, yeah, they wound her out. Not that I'm a punter, but hopefully Shane Stafford over east at Ownsbury's had a bit of a chunk of that, hopefully.
She seems just such a versatile filly at an early stage of her career. She settled a little handier in her races before, but courtesy of the good speed, she was back in running, but always travelled nicely.
Yeah, a beautiful filly, and I was just talking to BJ Pryor. Like, I feel like next time in, she's going to be a really serious horse. So, yeah, a lot to like about her.
How's the team feeling ahead of Saloon Bar's tilt at the Winterbottom?
Yeah, we're very happy. It's we're going in great shape. So. He's probably standing up a bit of a start, but he'll be rattling home at some point.
Fingers crossed, good luck.
Thank you.
There's Dan Morton after the win of Cashel Palace. Great to see her salute here for the first time at black type level. And here's Lucy Fury catching up with Scotty for the second time here today.
She certainly is. Lucy brings up the second leg of a double. Cashel Palace, Lucy. Gee, you would have been a good thing beat if you didn't get out because you were bolting so far from home.
Yeah, once I got to the 600, I was starting to... I was following winning the line, and he wasn't really travelling as well as I would have liked him to be. And I was thinking, I need to get out of here. I'm bolting. And yeah, thankfully, the way we cornered, I didn't lose too much momentum, and she let down super.
She went from a Class 1 on Melbourne Cup Day into the Champion Fillies, and she more than held her own behind Storyville. Yeah,
she did. I think maybe comparing the two, the speed in this race compared to the Champion Fillies, we went quite slow. Off the good tempo today, she had a lot more speed up her sleeve when it come time to let down.
The difference being that race didn't have London's image, and doesn't she roll them along?
Yeah, she does, and to her credit, she was really tough, and when I straightened up and I seen that it was her there, I thought, am I going to run her down, or is she going to keep going? The mile back to the 14 would be really fit. Thankfully, it just didn't run out the 14 as well as we did.
Some of our Channel 7 viewers at home that may not have heard you talk about Rock and Rupert earlier on, what sort of chance do you give him in the Winterbottom?
Yeah, Ruffy. I was really happy with that last run of his. I don't see him out of place in the first 4 or 5.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
There's Lucy Fury. She combines with Dan Morton and Cashel Palace to take out the Sir Ernest Lee-Steere Classic.